Hold on.
Tonight. Yes.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Hello, everybody.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's been
I
good with
hope
y'all?
you guys are ready tonight. It is going to be fire.
My man.
Yes, we are ready. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Listen, if you didn't know, you've been under a rock somewhere, don't know who we are. Hey, listen, we got Philip and Jackie on in, we got Reggie and Nikita on the other, and this duo is going to be amazing. So listen, run, get your family. Yeah, get your family. Get those who are married, those who need some help. You need to be on this live tonight because the questions we are asking tonight, I think is going to be simply amazing. Yeah, we've been getting some great reviews about the people. Listen, if you got a comment, go on and share that comment. We want you to share it. All right, so let's get going. Let's get going. Jackie and Philip, y'all want to say something before we get going?
Well, basically, we're just here wanting everybody to definitely let's get some interaction tonight. As we go into this live tonight, we want to make sure that you all stay focused. Make sure that you all are giving us feedback from your heart, and we want to hear exactly what you all have for us tonight. We want to do that.
All right,
we ready.
let's go. Let's go. Number one.
Okay, we're going with the questions tonight. All right.
Okay.
If our love, we're gonna bounce it back and forth. All right.
Okay.
We're gonna bounce it back and forth. If our love was a food dish, what would it be and why?
Wow.
That's a good question there, man.
Yeah, we just first swung it at you. We like tennis. Yeah, we gonna swung it at you tonight.
Okay, all right, let's go. So if our love was a food dish.
Sweet.
What would it be and why? Come on, Philip. You the man. Jump in there tonight. I want you. I'm listening for you tonight.
That's right.
If our marriage was a fruit dish, what would it be like?
Food dish.
A food dish?
Yes, a food dish.
Man, be steak, caviar. What else, my baby?
Oh, really?
Yeah, baby.
Wait a minute. You just can't name a food. You got to say why.
You got to say why.
Why would it be steak and caviar?
Well, it's just like season, man. You know how you get some food together and you season it? So the season will be the time, man. You know, you season that thing real good, man. And then when you get ready to bite into that thing or cut that thing, man, you talking about something good.
Okay.
Man, shut your mouth.
Look, make you want.
I see you.
Back in the day, you used to suck on your fingers. You know how you used to do that.
So let me ask you this, because he think he's gonna get off with that. That's too easy.
Oh, that's too easy.
Yeah, that's too easy. So if you're saying that it would be a steak, is it well? Is it medium well? Is it rare?
Well, it depends on it depends on how old the steak is, but no, I ain't go no.
Oh, come on, we can't. You live, baby. You all the way live.
Hey, Jackie, do me a favor. Turn the camera to him because we want to see his face.
Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in on his face.
Zoom in.
Yes, we want to zoom in on his face tonight.
Okay, what was your question again, Miss Smith?
Let's hear it.
All right, here's the question. If your love was a food dish, what would it be and why? Come on, y'all. Those of you that are listening as well, if your love was a food dish, what would it be and why?
Okay.
Ooh, that's
all right, Facebook. You all, while we are getting it together, you all are listening, so you all hear it. So you all are looking right. So and there again, husband, you didn't answer the question. We're not moving off of you tonight. The heat is on.
Put me on the spot. Okay.
Is it rare? Is it medium rare?
It's well done.
It's well done.
Yes.
So, you know, when a steak is well done, that means that sometimes it could be cooked too long.
No, I'm not gonna let it cook too long.
Yeah, you ain't giving him no slack.
I'm gonna taste that steak and make sure it's right and it's good and juicy. It's gotta have some juice.
Okay.
Running off that steak. So that steak gonna have to be right.
Okay, so
I'm not
you're
gonna.
saying that that our marriage is well done.
Our marriage is well done. We don't need no steak sauce. We don't need nothing to go with it. Just a little heat to keep the meat warm.
Okay, so he's full of it tonight.
Heat it up.
Heat it up.
Ain't gonna be
Okay.
no leftovers. You're gonna eat all that steak at one time.
Okay. All right. So that's what he's giving us. Okay. We'll take that.
Oh, all right, Jackie, come on, same question. If your
Okay.
love was a food, what would it be and why?
I think it would be a casserole. It would definitely be a casserole, because a casserole, if you look at a casserole, you can have a lot of ingredients. So it's a lot of different things in a casserole. And when I say casserole, maybe one of those casseroles like a broccoli and cheese and that type thing, because it, everybody doesn't like vegetables, okay? But that cheese kind of makes it gives it some flavor. It gives it flavor. And sometimes in our marriage, I do believe that we have a lot of ingredients. We have a blended family. And our family is blended just like a casserole. You throw everything in it, everything, even more like a quiche, so to speak. You can throw everything in it, and then you have to add the right seasoning, which is God for us.
Mhm.
He's the season.
That's
He's the
good. That's
season.
good.
And he's the one that's keeping us together. And then you have to add something in it to keep it, because if not, it's watered down. So you add a little starch in it. So sometimes things get a little tough, with that starch, but it makes it thick. So our love is really like a casserole to me. If I had to describe it, it would be like a casserole dish, where it is a lot of moving parts in it. But overall, we're together, and when you bite down in it, you might taste a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But all together, it's good.
Mm, that's good. That's good.
Okay.
That's good. All right,
Okay.
Nikita, come on, same question.
All right. See, you gave me a few minutes to think about it. So I'm going to say spaghetti and meatballs.
Go ahead, girl.
No,
Go ahead.
no,
I
she
like
don't like
that.
spaghetti. She
Huh?
don't like spaghetti.
Reggie, you ain't supposed to
Wait
tell
a
it,
minute.
Reggie.
Wait.
So when you think about spaghetti and meatballs, you think about Italian, you think about comfort, you think about sustaining, you think about something that lasts longer than the average meal. You take the sweetness of the tomato sauce, you take the meatiness of the meatballs, and then you take the noodles that sometimes can go any direction. And you put all that together. And I like what you said, Jackie. When you mix it all together, then you have so many different components that make it up. Some people make their spaghetti and meatballs sweet. Some people make it savory. So I think that's what came to my mind: spaghetti and meatballs.
Okay.
All right, you the last one up.
All
I
right,
like
let's move on to this next question.
No, sir.
Now move
No,
on to the
Reggie,
next
No,
question.
sir. No,
No.
sir.
Come
If
on
our
with it,
love
Reggie.
was a food dish, what would it be?
If our love was a food dish, what would it be? I would say it would be fruit.
Mhm.
Okay.
It would be fruit. It would be a collage of strawberries. Um, some fruit are healthy for you. All fruit is healthy, but some would be sweet, while others wouldn't be as sweet. And you need a little bit of the bitter and the sweet to help you to appreciate it.
Okay.
Shut your mouth. Look at how I jumped in there. Come on here. Come on here. Yeah. So you need a little bit of that. You need a little bit of the sweetness, and you need a little bit of the bitterness. It's those days of the bitterness that helps you to appreciate things, because that's when you really start to learn one another. That's when you really start to grow. See, if everything is always sweet, you never grow,
That's right.
because you
That's
don't you
good,
don't
Reggie.
you don't understand some of the bitter days, the days
Mhm.
that you don't want to be around each other, the
Mhm.
days
Wow.
that that are hard, and you're sitting up here saying, a part of you saying, what did I get myself into? But it's those bitter days that you start to really understand the mechanics of marriage. You understand what it means to have real commitment. Yeah,
That's
real
good.
commitment. Because
That's
can I
good.
tell you, raisins are sweet and they're good for you, but so are prunes.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
good,
That's
Reggie.
Okay,
real
That's
come
good.
on,
good.
come on.
That's
So
good.
are
That's
prunes, because they help you to keep the digestive system moving.
that's
And
right.
sometimes you need something to come clean you out to
Wow.
keep some stuff moving.
Right now.
That's it. That's it. That's it. Okay. Now
All right.
listen, Reggie, when you said sometimes you have, it can't always be sweet because really technically too much sugar for some people is bad.
Absolutely.
And it can be
Absolutely.
dangerous. It could be deadly. If your glucose level gets up to a certain number for some people, it's deadly. So you
Yeah.
need something to balance it out. You need some balance there. So you know that you can't always go for a strawberry and it's that big one that everybody wants. And then they get that big one thinking that's the good one. And I have been into some big ones that was not sweet.
Mm.
And so we look for other things in our marriage, and sometimes when you do have it, it's not always the same. It's not every day is not going to be the same. Not everything that we eat is going to always taste good. But if you eat the right things, it's good for you.
You know, there are apples. There's those Granny Smith apples.
Yes.
And so if you go into the store, it says they're bitter to the taste. But they're great for cooking. They'll hold up in heat. Okay, y'all
Wow.
need to hear that. They will
Okay.
hold up in
In
heat.
That's
the
it.
heat.
I like that. I
Right,
like that.
man.
And there are some other apples that are sweet to the bite, but they won't hold up in heat. They'll mush up because the heat turns them into mush. And so you need something in your life. You need your relationships to be able to hold up under fire, to
That's
be able
right.
to hold up under heat.
That's
You know,
right. That's good.
and so the only way they're able to hold up under heat is that some things have been conditioned. You got to have your marriage and your relationships conditioned. Otherwise, when the first sign of heat hit it, everybody's looking for an exit.
Exactly.
But if you know how to work what you have, so you'll learn how to take apples and move them around in the pan, because the pan sometimes helps to distribute the heat evenly, so it don't burn it.
That's
You
right.
know,
And
one
can I
thing
just
about, go ahead,
go
Philip.
ahead, Nikita? Go ahead. Go ahead. You
No,
good?
I was just going to say one thing about each and every answer that all four of us gave, right off the cuff, was the fact that we chose a multi-dimensional dish. Philip, you talked about that steak and that caviar. That caviar to me represented, the finest things of life,
That's right.
celebrating those
Quality.
finest moments in marriage, that high quality. As you say, Jackie, you talked about putting it in a dish all together, the spaghetti and the meatballs, something that's sustaining. And then Reggie came back and talked about that fruit bowl where you have to deal with the good and the bad. Who would have ever thought that we could have likened life in marriage to a food dish?
Right.
Amazing. Amazing. And listen, not only that, Nikita, we have some that are watching, and this is what they said. We had um Miss Elizabeth King that said broccoli casserole. Marriage is made up of a variety of flavor. And then we have someone else had put a comment here. So those are things that so you're looking at with flavor, that's what it adds. It adds that flavor to it. So we know that whatever we fix and whatever we have in our marriage, we can fix it by adding a little flavor.
Yes.
You can fix it by adding the flavor to it. And then also letting that marinate. Sometimes it just needs to sit. We don't need to always comment and have the last say. We can just let it sit and marinate and wait till the next day. And then when you take it back out, it's ready to go.
And
Because
what
that
about in the
broccoli
wintertime?
casserole is better the next
That
day.
casserole is always better the next day. That's right. That's right. Okay, we're moving on to the next one, Reggie.
One more thing. What about in the wintertime when you don't have no strawberries, you don't have any fruit? What do you turn to then?
Well, and that's very interesting, because some fruit, you're right, are only in certain seasons. But if you
That's
put it in a green, if you put that put that seed in a greenhouse. You can get that year round.
That's good.
That's right.
That's good.
You can
That's
get that year round if you put it in the greenhouse.
Look, we can learn something, I think, from our parents and our grandparents and our great grandparents. You know, they would go all summer and can. They would store up something later.
Right.
We like to say we create memories to store up for later. We vacation, we spend time together, we create memories, because when things get rough, you can go to that pantry and pull out some strawberry preserves that grandma made from the summer and bring it. Same thing with your marriage. Same thing. You have to create memories and experiences. So when times get rough, you can sit back and say, yeah, today is rough. But you remember when we went to such and such, or we did this, or we took that walk along the park and those things. And that's what brings it back together. I'm so glad you brought that up, Philip, because you're right. Sweet fruit is not in season all year. Your marriage is not happy-go-lucky all year round, but you have to, when the times are really good, store it up in your mind.
That's good.
And reach back for it.
Yes, because if not, we'll let the troubles and the stresses of the day take over, and we'll start to forget all of those happy times. And I'm gonna let Reggie go, but there was a reason we married one another. There was a reason that we fell in love, that we dated, that we courted, that we went way above and beyond. And the day-to-day life can sometimes, after you've married, you've had kids, it can pull all of that back. But you have to take your mind back to those times at times to say, you know what, I love them then because of this, and I still love them because of that. This is just a day that we need to work through some things.
Yeah, that's
really
good.
That's good. Let's get to this number 2. Y'all ready?
All right, we ready. We'll let Philip go last. I'll go first. Oh, maybe. Let me see.
Okay.
You're not going to give them too much time to think, though.
Yes, go ahead. Now,
here's the question. What's one thing I can start doing today? Since we threw it to you first, now it's back over here. This is Nikita. What's one thing I can start doing today to deepen our level of intimacy?
Is this like just me, one thing that I can start doing today?
What's one thing?
Marriage, one thing you can start
doing?
What's
one thing Reggie can start doing to deepen our level of intimacy, and why?
Okay, so I will say, for me, for you, for anybody, one thing I think the big thing that deepens your level of intimacy, and I'm gonna use one word: consistency.
That's it.
That's good.
That's it.
No matter what it is, there has to be consistency. You can't go back every week and say, okay, we got to deepen our intimacy. Okay, we didn't let it go for 2 weeks. We got to deepen our intimacy. Intimacy only deepens through consistency.
That's good, Nikita.
That's it.
That's good.
You hit it right.
Ain't nothing else need to be said.
That's
Reggie,
it.
go to the next question.
That's it.
She done shut it down, Reggie.
That's it.
Next.
Come on now. Come on. She shut it down?
Next.
I promise
Ain't nothing else need to be said. Like they say, it's over.
It's a wrap.
I have to say, Nikita,
that was good.
That right there, you really hit where I stand on that. It's very hard to have any type of relationship without consistency, because if you're riding a roller coaster, that can be very traumatizing. That every day you're looking up and it's up today, down tomorrow, up today, down tomorrow, around the curve, back around. That's really hard to build a deeper relationship. You hit it, Reggie. Go ahead. I'm not going to take it.
Let me just say this before we go, because I'm gonna be very real about it, and I hope anybody that's watching us will be too. I struggle with consistency.
Me too.
I know it's the right thing to do. I know that was like the answer that was coming from me. But like you said, the reason I struggle with consistency is because life is like this roller coaster. And you wake up and you don't know if you at the top of it, you around the curve, if you going through the water, whatever it is. And so I know me personally, I struggle with consistency, not only in my marriage, but in other areas too. It takes work and intentionality to be consistent.
And also, you have to be taught too to be consistent. It just don't happen overnight. And when we was coming up, we was not taught to be consistent about what. We really want, taught to be consistent. All we was taught to do whatever mom and dad say to do when we was coming up. So then now when you become adults and someone tells you, well, I expect you to be this way each and every day, it's a process. It's a process. I agree with you 100%. I do struggle with, being consistent.
Well, if we think about it in school, if we notice when we're in school in elementary years, you do the same thing over and over every day. So you are learning consistency at a very early age because that's why you have, you walk into the classroom, you should know, okay, little Johnny, go hang your coat up. Sally, make sure you take your books out. We're going to have, we used to do a Pledge of Allegiance. Those are things that we did, and that was building consistency so that you have a routine every day. You have to not, people have routines in their job and in their eating habits, but why is it so hard in marriage?
Because
so let me say this.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Philip. Jackie, you hit a word that was in my head. And I'm going to challenge us to answer this question. Is there a difference between consistency and routine? I think you can get in a routine and go through the motions, but consistency requires effort.
Right. Work.
We were taught routine. Routine leads you to a rut.
Okay. That's good.
But consistency means you're putting forth effort. How many of you have ever been driving and look up at me like, how did I get here? Because you drive that same route every day and you get so unfocused, but you've made the turns, you've stopped at all the right places, you've gotten there because you have this routine. I have a morning routine. A lot of us have a night routine.
That's right.
But we don't do it out of love and we're talking about increasing intimacy and that consistency. You have to do it even if there are hazards in your way. Even if they change the way I go to work every day, if a road is closed, I still got to get there. That's being consistent. My routine might vary a little bit, but I've got to be consistent to make sure I get there. And that's the same with our marriage.
I got to say this, and I think she shut it down with that one, but I got to say this too, is listening is another way to deepen our level of intimacy.
That's good.
That's good, Reggie.
You got to learn how to listen.
That's a hit.
Yeah, you got to learn how to listen, because if you don't learn how to listen, sometimes we want the short of a story instead of taking the time out to hear a whole matter. And so we will cut each other off. Oh, yeah, that's real talk. See, we're going to have to be real on here tonight.
She just looked at me, Reggie.
My
My wife just turned around and looked at me when you said that, man.
I wanted us to make eye contact.
Y'all messing up my night tonight, man.
No, baby. We are helping. We going deep in your paint.
Right.
This is what
don't worry. You ain't good company.
I love it.
You ain't good company. Because you know what?
Sometimes,
we go to these jobs and we go to other places and we hear them in totality. And then we come home, it's like, okay, you know what? Hurry up. Give me the short of the story because I don't want to hear it. You tolerate them there because they're your coworkers, they're your superiors. There are people on your level. And so you put on this face with all of that and you listen because it's your job, but you don't bring that same consistency. She said, you don't bring that same consistency back home. And so all you want is give me the short because I don't want to hear it. And so I love what Pastor John Campbell, Bishop John Campbell said. He says, keeping good communication will deepen our level of relationship. You know, that's what's going to help us is being consistently listening. Because listening is much more than just with your ears.
Right.
That's good, right?
Sometimes
That's good.
okay, come on. Sometimes you're listening by the way somebody's body language is because it's talking. Sometimes you're listening in various ways, not out of words alone. So I think that's another way to deepen our level of intimacy. All right, yo, we gotta roll. We got one last question. We got one last question.
Are y'all foregoing the answer to this one?
We're ready. Let's roll with it. Let's roll. Let's roll.
All right. So let's get to this last one tonight. This is gonna be a heavy one, y'all. We got so much more, but we running out of time. Here it is. What has loving me taught you about yourself? Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's good.
Real good.
What has loving my spouse taught me about myself?
Yeah. What has loving me? When I say me, I'm talking about your spouse. If it's you, your spouse. What has loving your spouse taught you about yourself?
All right. Can I answer with that? Now, for me, Reg,
since you don't jump out there, swing on my brother.
Now, for me, my wife has made me a better man by the love that she's given to me. You know, we as men, we need a strong woman in our life, you know, to support us, to tell us when we're wrong and when we're right. And then we as men, we need to listen to and to, you know, submit to, okay, baby, I was wrong. Okay, baby, you know, what can I do to fix the situation? Go ahead.
Okay.
This is what I'm going to say. Loving Philip has taught me that about myself. Now, loving him, when I look at myself, when I look at him, it's taught me that I have patience.
Yeah.
I have patience. I have patience. I have the patience of Job.
That's good.
I have the patience of Job because I'm willing to wait for our relationship to get to the golden years where, you know, it just hits a smooth level. You know, golden years for a lot of people, you know, it may take time. You know, when you get to your golden years of living, that's precious moments. And I know that with me, I'm learning that I have patience because I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to wait for, you know, the consistency to kick in, you know, where we don't have to keep trying to figure it out. You know, it's just like we can hit the cruise button. Not to say that it's going to come easy for us, not to say that we're not going to stop working, but it's just teaching me that, you know, I have the patience to wait for our relationship to continue to grow.
And one thing I want to say with that, see, it makes a difference. See, Jackie is from the country. See, I'm from the hood. See, that makes a difference, man. I'm just keeping it wild. I'm just let me break it down. If you give me a minute, let me break it down.
See, man, you better break that one down. Man, you better break it down.
From the hood, man, you know, you shown that, you know, that street love, that tough love. But when then you got some of that country love just humbles you, man, and just, hey, I need to tone it down. And, you know, that's the difference. That's my personal opinion now. That's why she said she had to be patient because, see, you know, and for me to listen. See, I didn't have to listen to a whole lot of people, you know, when I was pretty much coming up. I pretty much, you know, from when you're from the hood, you pretty much think you can do what you want to do when you want to do it, but you can't do it. So that's why she's been patient with me.
His question was answered by saying, loving me has taught him that he is not patient, that he is not listening.
See?
See, that's that country loving on you.
You know what I can say that loving my wife has taught me, and I hope a lot of you all that are watching tonight, I hope you can answer these questions, and I hope that you will go back, rewatch the video that we've just did and answer these questions. But I think some things has taught me to look at myself in the mirror.
Right.
You
Right.
know,
That's good.
it has taught me to look at myself in the mirror and to do a self-reflection. You know, am I doing what I need to
Right.
be doing?
Right.
Am I doing that? You know, or am I, as she said earlier, going through the motions? You know, it's taught me about myself is okay, maybe everything I do ain't right.
Mhm.
Was
Okay.
you know, maybe everything I do ain't right, but maybe everything I do ain't wrong either. So
Right.
that comes
Right.
along with that self-reflection is
Mhm.
looking at all these variables. You know what I'm saying? Is looking at
Right.
all these variables. You know, Taria says this. Taria said, loving your mate should teach you to give the love you want to receive.
Right.
That's
That's
it.
good. That's
You hit
good.
it
That's
right there.
good, Taria.
You
That's
hit it.
good.
You
That's
hit it.
good.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
you know, John Campbell says, loving my wife has taught me that my love is unconditional. We're not perfect and often make mistakes and bad choices, but in spite of forgiveness, rises up above it all, which makes me love no matter what. You know,
That's
and
Yeah.
I
awesome.
think if I had to bring it home scripturally, is that's how Christ has treated us. He didn't hold what we did against us. He
Right.
didn't hold it because see, if he held that against us and didn't offer any grace, then there would be nothing that the church could offer.
Oh
The
yeah.
church couldn't offer anything. But the
Mm-hmm.
reason we have grace is because he looked at what we was dealing with and he said, listen, I know y'all got your faults. I still love
Right.
you anyway. So I think that's what's taught me about me is that I'm not perfect. You
Right.
know, I don't
Right.
always do what's right. I don't always do what's wrong either. And so sometimes if we don't have those self-reflections and say, you know what, can I say this before we get out of here?
And
Let
I
me,
don't get to
Yeah.
say my thing.
yeah,
You okay?
but
I'm
can I
just
say
saying.
this?
Come on,
Okay.
Reggie.
Okay.
What it's taught me too is it has taught me that I can't love her like I want to love her, but I gotta love her the way she wants to be loved.
That's good,
Oh,
Reggie. That's good.
wow.
That's good, man.
Wow.
That's
You hit
good.
it.
Mic drop,
You
mic
hit it.
drop,
You hit it.
mic drop,
Drop mic. Drop
Yes. Yes.
mic drop.
mic
Yes,
drop. That's
sir.
it.
Yes,
That's it.
sir.
That's
Yes,
All right,
good.
sir.
I
That's
know you
good.
wanted to say you say. Come
All
on.
right, I'm gonna say something. This is very specific to you and I hope it's specific to somebody else. Your love has taught me about safety. I feel
Mhm.
safe with you.
Mhm.
I
That's
don't I
good.
don't live in a relationship of worry. There's something to be said, and women, we want safety and security. Don't let anybody tell you any different. We want safety and security. That's what we're looking for. We want to
Yeah,
know that
that's
our
good.
husbands love us. And I will say my husband loves and he loves hard. That's another thing I learned from him. When he
Mhm.
loves hard. But that hard love puts me in a place of safety and security.
Oh,
And
that's
That's
when
good.
you
good.
have that, you can sleep at night, you can rest at night. And if anybody's ever has been through a relationship where they didn't have that, having that is priceless.
Hmm.
That
Yeah,
is
that's good.
very
That is
good.
good.
Very
Yeah,
good. I
yeah,
like that. I
yeah,
like
that's
that.
good.
That safety and security. Women want to feel, we want to feel that our husband, they got us. We shouldn't have to worry about, is my husband going to provide? Is he going to make sure that we're okay? We shouldn't have to, then for men, a lot of men want to make sure, can I handle the home? Can I handle, our marriage? And they feel like they have a lot on them. But women, we're taught that, we nestle up to them because we look up saying, you're the provider. You're my, you're the one that I hold on to make sure that you got us. And when you got me, I got you.
Mm.
See, if
Mm.
you got me, I always have you. But just let me know that you got me. Because I'm holding on to you for our relationship to grow. I'm holding on to you because I know that if you're gonna wear the pants, then you need to provide. You need to be the one that say, baby, I got it. Yes, I need your help. Yes, and I'm gonna be there. But also show me that you got us.
So we heard this. I don't remember. It's been years ago where they talked about securing your marriage
Mhm.
and how husbands need to secure the marriage. That wives don't need to wonder where you are, what you're doing. You secure your marriage by saying, I'm going here, or let me tell you where I'm going to be for the day. Let me tell you how, I've cast vision for this marriage. Let me tell you about what our next steps are. Let me tell you about how we go get into this bigger home now that our family is expanding. Let me tell you about how I'm praying for you, how I'm covering for you. Let me hear it. It's about securing your marriage, and it's security, safety. It all goes back hand in hand. And if you can do that for your wife, you that's it. That's what we're looking for.
I like what John Campbell says. He says, Sonny and Cher had it right. Says, you got me and I got you, babe.
That's it. I love it.
Love that.
I got you, babe. That's it. Yes, that's it.
Good
That's
stuff.
the good part about it. That's security. That's really securing the marriage. We hear the cliche, securing the bag. Secure the marriage. That's
and the
it.
bag will take care of itself.
I promise you it will. It will. And that bedroom will too.
Hey, y'all, we got to roll out of here. I know we only get 30 minutes and we like 5 minutes over. But can we hit it like this? We ain't even got time to answer this, but here's the last question. But we ain't gonna answer it. We'll answer that the next time. Why do you love me?
Woo!
Okay, we gotta say that one. That's a cliffhanger. Why do you love me?
We're coming back with that
so
one.
Good.
We're coming back with that one.
Let me flash that one more time. Let me flash that. Why do you love me? Can you answer? So listen, here's what we're doing, y'all. For everybody on Facebook, for everybody on IG, you're on YouTube. We want to bring your husband, your wife, to sit down, to dialogue with. Get in the chat, as some have done tonight. Get in the chat and talk. You know why? Is some of us are suffering, and you're not even going to go to the therapist. You're not even going to sit. You don't even have to sit on nobody's couch. All you got to do is sit on your bed, sit in your living room. Sit at the kitchen table and hear some of the questions that we are going to be asking and the dialogue that we're going to have. It's real. It's raw. It's real and it's raw. But at the end of the day, we're going to couple all of this with God's word, because marriage was God's idea. Come on here, y'all. Marriage was God's idea. Hey, I'm so glad that you guys are on. Oh, we got family from in Japan. Love it.
Oh, wow.
Elma says it's all about reciprocation. We can move in confidence if we know we have the support from both sides. That's a mic drop.
That's it.
That's
it. Mic drop. Mic drop. To have family all the way in Japan.
That's a mic drop. All the way from Japan.
That's mic drop. That's mic drop. That's deep right there.
Love my hey, we love
you, fam.
Yeah,
love you, cousin.
Love that. Hey, y'all.
That's good.
We'll be back Thursday, November 18th.
Yeah, we'll be back, y'all.
2 weeks. Go back to the live. Get your spouse. Ask the questions. Have some dialogue and some conversation. We can't wait to hear back from you all in 2 weeks. Thursday, November 18th, 9 p.m. Philip and Jackie will be back with us.
Hey,
yes,
Phillip.
We'll be right here.
Philip, why do you love Jackie? Save that one. We gotta get out of here.
That's it.
Hey, yo,
I want to answer that, Reggie. I'm gonna give you a break this time, Reggie. I'm gonna give you 2 weeks.
We got 2 weeks to figure it out.
You got 2 weeks to get your answer, and it better be right.
Y'all have a good one.
Okay, all right. Love y'all, family. God love him.